in the Cage Warriors welterweight division. Jesse Urholin in the solid black trunks, taking on the Latvian Express, Madars Fleminas, in the black with green trim. A real styles clash here, and a fight that I know a lot of people have been looking forward to. Kind of went under the radar a little bit during the build-up because this card is just so stacked, but we may have a potential fight of the night on our hands here.
Yeah, well, I think it's kind of, personally, I think it's kind of crazy that these guys are on the prelims. You know, like I said, we have so many insane fights on the prelims that could be on you know, even at the top of many main cards. I'm very, very excited for this one, especially that incredible grappling of Jesse and just the pure awkwardness and the impressive grappling and submission skills of Madars.
Of course, we lost the Sam Creasy, Dylan Hazan title fight from our main card, so we did have to move one of the prelims up onto that main card, and I'm pretty sure, if my information is correct, that Ian Dean just threw a dart at the card and picked one. It could have gone either way.
Yeah. So right now, Jesse's trying.
We see Ian Dean looking on tentatively there. Best matchmaker in the sport.
Oh, can't deny it. It looks like Jesse, I can't quite see whether he's got those hands connected. Yeah, he does have those hands connected behind the back. Madars right now looking to get his right arm underneath his opponent's leg to stop him from being able to get close enough to really utilize that body lock position. But this is a strong position, and there we go, picking up. Madars brings that leg up to try and, it's all about trying to keep your opponent's hips away from you, try and put too much pressure through the back to lift you up. And you can see Jesse's just trying to smother, get those hips in, but Madars has long limbs. He's very difficult to maneuver, and he has to be very careful of giving that back up straight away. When you scramble back to the feet, he's given a prime opportunity for Jesse to jump straight onto the back there. And he's got to be careful right now. You see how Jesse used the inside leg to try and peel that leg away, and then he's going to try and insert that right leg on the inside. Or that's what he'd be looking to do if he's going to try and take the back. If you were looking at a guy who is known for pure submissions, then that's what he'd be looking to do. But we know that Jesse likes the strike. So he could be using this as a control position, potentially switching around for an arm in a modified guillotine. Finally gets that hook on the inside. He has a single hook here.
Well, we saw Jack Grant catch Fleminas with that modified guillotine from a very similar position, so hopefully he's done his homework on that.
Yeah, a way that you can do it, because sometimes an arm in guillotine can be difficult to finish. You want the arm across, because then just like a triangle choke can be used where that arm is pressed into the side of the neck, and a really effective way to do that is actually to fall off of the back position. Your body moves the arm across the front of the neck, and then you lock off that guillotine with the arm there. Madars does a great job of scrambling back to a top position, but Jesse's tight on this single leg. And now Madars looking to try and get on top here. He's trying to get a forearm underneath the leg so he can sprawl, but I mean, the grappling, the wrestling ability of Urholin is just too strong for him here, and he passes again, and Madars looking to do things that you wouldn't normally do unless you had supreme confidence in your grappling, like giving up your back to try and get off of the floor, basically. You know, it's a risk. It's something that a lot of people are almost paralyzed on their back when they've got someone on top of them, because they know if they turn away to try and stand up, that person's going to be jumping on the back. Madars has the confidence that he's able to do this, and right now we're going to see whether he can or not. So again, you see how Madars is controlling the overhook arm with both hands, and this is actually somewhere where the gloves make a big difference between pure grappling. It's very difficult to grab onto someone's arm and control it like that, usually with if you're just doing grappling without gloves. But when you put those gloves on, it becomes much harder to free that wrist. So you can get this 2-on-1 position and pretty much neutralize your opponent's main upper body control, the ability to attack the neck. So you see a huge difference. You get some great grapplers who are fantastic attacking the back, and then they get some MMA gloves on, and suddenly they don't seem to have any submission skills at all. So Madars really taking advantage of that crucial difference between pure grappling and MMA.
Madars deep in conversation with his corner team there. You hear referee Dan Mulvaney asking for a little bit of movement, a little bit of action, and he gets it.
You know, this has got to be pretty frustrating for Jesse. I'm guessing that, you know, the game plan was to get him down, and he did get him down quite early, and then to put him away or to at least do some damage. And so far, he hasn't been able to do much. Madars has looked, you know, even defensively, he's looked comfortable.
And this is where Madars can do damage, and he can put points on the board, and he is doing.
And now he goes for his own body lock, immediately releases, and I mean, he's just, the striking is so awkward. He's just all over the place, almost like an octopus. These arms are coming from positions that you don't expect them to come from. And Jesse eating some straight left hands here as he tries to close the distance.
He was getting lit up by those jabs from Fleminas.
And now Fleminas with it. He's got to be careful of this guillotine. There we go.
Of course, the takedown at the very end of the round won't count for anything. It's just a change of position. But let's see how these guys come out here in the second. If Fleminas can keep up that momentum he had on the feet.
Yeah, we're going to expect Jesse to try and get in there, get those hands connected. He wants to make this look like, well, I think personally he's going to want to make this look like that first round, at the beginning of the first round, but he's eating a lot of shots. I'm surprised to see him not changing levels here and happy to strike back and definitely not getting the better of these.
Urholin, though, got a chin on him.
I mean, absolutely.
It's not a gamble you can take for another 10 minutes, though, in this fight, that your chin's going to hold out.
Yeah, those strikes start to add up.
Still putting the pressure on Fleminas, though.
Surprised no level change here. We know his wrestling is good. We've seen it in his other fights. We saw it in the first round. The wrestling skills are there, so maybe he's worried about an uppercut or a knee, but he's taking a lot of shots here.
Urholin can't keep taking these shots.
I mean, maybe he can. It looks like his chin's made of concrete.
Madars with a standing hammer fist there. Urholin's got a lot of swelling around the eyes, especially the left eye.
All of these strikes from Fleminas are finding their mark, but Jesse's still firing back. I mean, he doesn't seem to be phased. I feel like I'm more phased by these shots than Jesse is.
Urholin able to slow things down now.
So this is where I was expecting him to want to get back to a bit earlier, but now releasing that position and going to strike again.
We've seen a lot more strikes from Urholin. Look in the dirty box there. That sort of single collar tie almost in the uppercuts, but Fleminas, every time he gets a little bit of space, and he doesn't need much.
Yeah.
He's swinging these wild shots.
And he's landing a lot of them as well.
I mean, Urholin's face is going to be swelled up, something rotten tomorrow morning. But Urholin battling back himself.
Oh, Madars really turning it on now. Surely he can't take much more of these. I'm so surprised we're not seeing a level change, especially when you've got Madars kind of barreling in with these big, crazy, wild strikes. It's the perfect time to change level and allow your opponent's momentum to assist you with the takedown here.
We've never seen Jesse Urholin fight like this. I'm wondering if maybe is he tweaked his back, maybe he doesn't want to wrestle.
And the weirdest part of it is he didn't fight like this in the first round. If he came out and maybe he had a completely different game plan, he wanted to show that he's not just a grappler.
He's wobbling here. Damn overhead, he's taking a very close look at this.
And that's it.
It's over.
It's over.
Unbelievable.
Wow. I mean, absolutely savage performance by Madars Fleminas. To begin with, we thought that Jesse has an incredibly strong chin, but then look at this, just strike after strike after strike. You can't survive that.
There was one shot at the beginning of that exchange, and you could see the legs go out from underneath Urholin. Fleminas knew at that point that his man was on the way out. There you go, you see that stumble there. I mean, this is what we said, Dan. You cannot take that kind of punishment repeatedly and not have the neurological effects.
Yeah, I mean, it's pure volume, and there were so many clean
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Daniel Moverhead, he calls a stop to this contest after 2 minutes and 52 seconds of round number 2, declaring your winner by way of TKO in the red corner, Madars Fleminas.